news. Apparently, the new pope is American. Yeah, I mean, it just had to come. Come on now, let's freaking go. Also, I heard it's non-progressive. Of course, it's non-progressive. Damn it, that's how it should be. I'm not a Catholic, but an American priest. Whoo, the signs are clear. Also, Popeyes accept EBT. I totally don't have EBT or anything like that. Not that I'm gonna go to Papa's anytime soon. Enjoy the video. My goodness, I just saw the most dumbest. I subscribe to Atosi's videos, and basically he was talking about I like Theo Von, a person that I'm not a fan of, I'm not crazy about, but I kind of relate due to him, doing podcasts by himself, and I do the same thing. And a lot of times people kind of direct my voice and they think I'm Theo Von. Sometimes I rant to myself like he does, but also apparently got sued by Kai the Hitchhiker. And Kai the Hitchhiker is in jail right now. Why? I don't know, because I don't really care or never understand the whole Kai the Hitchhiker meme. I never really I don't make assumptions of anyone, but I just do not like the guy. I really don't. There's something about him where, yeah, I kind of get it. He has anger. There's something about that clip where he has to do the right thing, or just, like he's surrounded by violence. But me, I honestly don't know that, and I don't know. Our two lives are different. Hello. And also, I don't freaking care about the guy. But also, I didn't know he was in jail. Also, I didn't know you can be in jail and write letters to federal court, and you can sue people outside of jail. So that's what he did. And he did that to Theo Von for $30 million. Like, suing him for $30 million for a video that Theo Von didn't make. And it's basically a deepfake of Theo Von's face on his meme video. And I'm like, how on earth did Kai the Hitchhiker is doing this? Like, here's the thing. I don't understand. Like, we live in a very grateful country, especially here in the US, where you can still sue. Apparently, and those hold up or something. That doesn't make sense. Are you telling me that Diddy can sue anyone in jail? Is that where we're going? Is like, who's defending the man? Who's defending the man? But apparently, you can do that here in the land of the free. And with Kai the Hitchhiker, just put it on freaking sue. He can sue me because I'm talking about him. How about this, Kai? How about you suck one? All right, golly, that is the most stupid. Like, what did I do, bro? What you want? I'm just talking about news. I'm talking about you. I put you in the freaking face. What you gonna sue me for? Like you think I make $30 million? Shoot, I don't even make it. I stopped paying rent a long time ago because I'm poor. What are you talking about? I hate these types of people, man. Like, it annoys me. I know I have to start this podcast out through fields of fire, but that guy's possessed, man. Like, he's like making soup papers. Like, here's the thing. I don't care about Theo Von. But what the heck is these dumb allegations? Are you telling me that someone could be in jail for the most obvious freaking crime that we can all agree? And I get it. There's freaking, like, I'm not a lawyer, but for whatever freaking reason, common sense is not enough to display, like, the actual crimes. But instead, there's going to be some layers. There has to be some sprinkles, some freaking little sprinkles here and there to justify them as even, like, non-guilty. Are you telling me that freaking Weinstein can easily, and just put, like, some papers here and there from jail and he can be free in the next day because he said, like, oh, it's a mistake, or basically have some details? That's the thing. That's the power of details. A lot of times you really got to look through the fine print. You got to look real deep. You got to analyze. And I guess that's enough to get you out of jail, to get you whatever you want, to basically achieve in life. It's all about the freaking details. At least at the end of the day, especially when it comes down to these stupid allegations that Kai is putting out. Like, you're suing someone, but you're in freaking jail. Who allows you to do this? Like, are they allowing freaking anyone? Like, did they allow him a phone or whatever? and he's allowed to actually have like I heard that's a thing in jail. You're allowed to have phone. You're allowed to have video games in there. Like what's even jail anymore? What is even prison anymore? It's supposed to be a place where you don't have access to any of that. Your freedom is stripped away. It's plain and simple. Like that don't make any sense. But apparently he gets to have the rights, and that don't like that. Like what country you living in, people? What are we doing? We are so freaking spoiled. If this is the case, someone could be in jail, like in. And hey, they're there forever, but they can still have a freaking cell phone. I guess money is money. If some of these prisoners got bank, hey man, why not take money from the prisoners? Like, are we doing something about that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. And here's the thing. I don't know anything about this at all. I don't know much about Theo Von, other than he's a famous podcaster or whatever, influencer. I don't know about Kai other than that dumb meme. Yeah, I call it a dumb meme. Freaking sue me, Kai. Golly. But also, I don't care about any of this, especially when it comes to the legal stuff. But it came to me in a silver platter by the one and only Atozi talking about this. And also, this was like a few years ago. So I don't know what's happening right now, because I can only imagine that Kai's still doing it. True, I could be next. I could be freaking sued because because I'm talking about you, huh? Yeah, I'm talking about you. What's up? Also, you whack. Anyways, I want to say something. I'm a Christian and I can't cuss. But if I did, I would have some very colorful things to say to freaking Kai. I would have some colorful things. But, thankfully I'm a small YouTuber that don't get a lot of attention. And like Kai wouldn't gain anything from, me. But also, I can't cuss. So that's a thing. Anyways, what's up, guys? Vince right here. Hope you enjoyed that intro. We're about to get into some news here, and I guess we're gonna talk about a couple of things. And I guess we're gonna write that off with the whole Kai, the dumbass, the freaking dumpster fire little, little mother, That's what you are, Kai. I swear, I want to cuss so bad, but I can't. I'm on YouTube and I'm a Christian. Okay, those are the two things that are holding me back. Anyways, let's talk about, I guess, some other stuff. I don't know. Food's getting, what is this called? Oh, yeah. There's been news about certain foods and groceries that are getting called back. Because, especially with that whole thing that happened at a grocery where some women pee in the groceries. It's a gross. Actually, I don't want to think about it. I'm not even going to talk about it. I don't even know the name of the person. If you know, you know. Okay? Me? Well, listen. Look at the Tozy videos, and if you see a woman's face and you see the freaking one of the titles on the video, there. That's it. That's all you need. The internet is an open space for you. You're welcome. Anyways, foods are getting called back because, there is just, and I keep seeing this in TikTok, random foods here and there getting called back. Some of them are just, from other, groceries, and some of them from certain dates, so it's easy for them to get. But also, it's, stuff they have to avoid. What are we doing in these factories of, food production? Are we just this lazy? Are we just falling off? There was, news of, someone's carcasses is in some of these ice cream bins. Or that's just an example. I don't freaking know, but I'm making that up. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's real. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if it's real or not. Because apparently that's the thing, But also, yeah, there was another thing about nuggets. And somebody did a thing that I can't say on the nuggets. Can't say it. No, can't say it now. I'm on YouTube, damn it. If I would say it, I would say it, but I can't say it, okay? Why does this happen to me? When I try to explain certain things, YouTube censors me. This is why I stopped the freaking Let's Reads, because some of these freaking webtoons are just very inappropriate. I don't, even though, it's meant for all ages. No, it's not. Why do I see this person's chest? Why are they underage? What's happening? This is why I quit Webtoon, okay? I'm done. I'm just done with this because this is not what it should be. Damn it. Sinful. Anyways. Yeah, the food's getting called back. And hopefully, whoever is getting whatever out there doesn't get, whatever. That will be a special something. They have to make a video of it, too. And also, show the proof. That's another thing. Make sure you show the proof before, show the date or whatever, before you show the food. I don't know. Someone watching could have nuggets and boom, someone's brains is in it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that. Anyways, let's move on. Melanie Mack. So we're getting to the Christian part of this whole podcast. I thought, man, these braces are holding in. They're holding in deep, okay? And my braces is just not making it any better. Oh my gosh. Also have to pause for a minute before I, get my laundry. But other than that, let's finish this segment. Melanie Mack. So Melanie Mack, I don't know. Listen, can I just be honest? I follow her. Because she's a Christian YouTuber and stuff like that. The thing is that I don't know if she's a good representative within the... Listen, I believe that God would agree. Not a good representative. I'm not a good representative. Okay, I'm still working on things. But what's different between me and Melanie, other than the fact that we're both Christian, is that she cusses and I don't. Okay? I don't, even though I want to. Even though, like, before I really got serious with my faith, I actually did not cuss. Okay? It's just the negativity. Nah. Absolutely not-o. I'm good-o. Okay? But apparently, for Melanie Mack, justifies saying the six-letter slur. Okay? And if you know what that word is, you should know. But I don't think the Bible would, justify that we should say that. And she said something interesting, it's supposed to rebuke the LGBT or just... And I get it. If you're in the LGBT, you can't inherit the kingdom of heaven. That's in the Bible. I don't make the rules, okay? And I wish that everyone can come to heaven, especially, the gays in this world. But the truth is that, and unfortunately, no, that's just not the case. You gotta understand that a man's supposed to be with a woman and a woman's supposed to be a man because that's what God intended. That's not what I intended, okay? I don't make the rules. But when you become Christian, or I guess in most religions for sure, okay, but I have to mainly talk about mine, especially in Islam. We're about to get that in a minute, okay? I have something interesting to talk about that for a later topic. But when you're a Christian, or you have a certain level of faith that is related to knowing that, especially inheriting the kingdom of heaven, aka going to heaven, is that, well, you have to be straight. That's what you have to do. Those are the rules. And the thing is that, yes, I totally get it. And I totally understand that, yes, it's the right thing for many Christians to rebuke that lifestyle, to rebuke the alphabet community, the freaking rainbow flag, because, yes, it's against God. But also, we shouldn't be mean. We shouldn't be, and I don't like it when Christians say that, oh, you're soft, you're just... No, okay? You got to understand, it's about being nice. You can't get your point across if you're dehumanizing one another. Violence is never the answer. Are you saying that I should freaking clobber somebody in the alphabet community, even though I was once on their shoes at that point in life? I was there. And the thing is, it wouldn't be right for any Christian to clobber anyone. And pretty much, even though words are different from physical, actions, the thing is that you calling someone the slur doesn't get your freaking point across, okay? It doesn't help with anything. It doesn't help the cause. If anything, it just makes many Christians look bad. And some people, yes, for sure, are oh, we it doesn't matter what people look at us, okay? It's a matter of what God looks at us. Well, what do you think what God would say? What do you think Jesus would say if you're out here just busting out the slur? That's why I don't like Melanie Mack. The same person that laughs at a LGBT church being burned down, evil. Even though, yes, it is sinful, but we're no different from the other side. You know what I mean? A lot of times, I don't think that's the right way, or at least I don't think Jesus would laugh at a church that promotes LGBT and pretty much, I guarantee he wouldn't do that. Okay, it just wouldn't be right. It just wouldn't be, godly in any sense. Okay, and we're talking about God here. But when we're talking about certain Christians that are just doing this all because for some excuses of like, oh, we're trying to rebuke it. Rebuke it. Okay, rebuke. Pray for them. That's what we're supposed to do as Christians. But when freaking Melanie Mac did that stream and saying the slur, first off, your video will get taken down, okay, because someone can, report it, and, well, there goes your video, even though you don't care. But also, not only that, God wouldn't allow that. It's just not in the Bible. An unclean tongue will not inherit the Holy Spirit. That's just something like that. When you look at Ephesians, when you look at these other many, scriptures for sure, which I'm only going by what's off of my head, but I guarantee I've seen enough scriptures to know that cussing is not right. Okay, that's not me being you shouldn't cuss, you shouldn't. No. No, there's an understanding of respect. There's an understanding of getting our point across. The real winners are the ones that don't put violence. Jesus did not throw stones back at the Pharisees when the Pharisees were calling him false. And they were the one throwing stones. But Jesus and his disciples did not throw stones back. So you got to understand that. That's just not right. That's why I just rebuked Melanie Mac's behavior. That's just not the right way of a Christian. And I'm not doing this to I'm not in no one's side other than God's side. Okay? And I never wish a community that I was once in, the LGBT community, to ever have this kind of violence, especially from Christians. This is not right. When I first saw Hazbin Hotel, and I seen how they didn't really address Christians in any way, which I wouldn't be surprised if they address Christians as the same way like Adam in the freaking show. And I'm talking about Adam in the show. Yeah, Adam in the show. If you know, you know, if you've seen Hazbin Hotel. And basically I look at that, I look at the way he talks, and I look at the other people, and I get it. And it's just not how Christians are. That's not how we are. But I feel like Melanie Mac would be the closest stereotype when it comes to becoming that, like Adam in that show, where he's just not the true representative of God, cusses a lot, is foul a lot, is discriminatory a lot. And I'm just that's not how a person that represents heaven is supposed to act. That's not God wouldn't intend that at all. So this is just hard to see. It's heartbreaking because Melanie Mac, her heart is in the right place in terms of being a Christian. But at the same time, she cannot, act like this. She cannot, this is just, not, violence should never be the answer. And I count that as violence, as, words and stuff like that. Words trigger violence. You can say whatever you want to anybody, but you will still get consequences, and they would find a way to get the consequences to you, if that makes sense. If you say, listen, you can say something about this person, that person, but there's always that one thing that they're going to say in their head. Well, we'll see. We'll see. That's what they're going to say. I have my laundry. I don't know if you can freaking hear that. It just ruined my bit there. Beep. But we'll see. That's what they said. And a lot of times, do you want to see what happens or do you not? Certain bad behavior or certain actions of bad behavior, some people are not going to take that too lightly. Some people are a different animal, and you do not want to see them bite. Okay? It's I don't like people messing with me. And I know you don't like it when people mess with you. So how about you show some respect and we cool? But apparently that's just not the case, unfortunately. Especially when I'm talking about a Christian acting like this. I wish I was next to her and telling her what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you saying these slurs? Why are you saying this? This is not the representative of what Jesus wants. It's heartbreaking, man. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about Disney because I did talk about this. I'm thinking something like that. Disney. Speaking of LGBT, something that is pro-LGBT is Disney themselves. And yeah, they're going to have a Disney park in Abu Dhabi in the Middle East, in the Emirates. And pretty much, if, I heard about this news through side scrollers, and there's a part of me where I'm like, this is not gonna go well. There's something about this that is probably not gonna go well. Maybe it is, maybe not. But Disney has been pro LGBT, but when they go international, I mean, there's certain things that in this, especially for a country that is pro-Islam, they're gonna rebuke. Okay, in many ways, especially when it comes to witchcraft, magic, huh? And also when it comes to, I guess, certain same-sex marriages and stuff like that Disney fights for, but they can't fight for this. And also, I think some level of diversity in pro, pro women and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like, man, I don't know how Disney's gonna balance that. But also, when I look at certain projects here and there for Disney in Abu Dhabi, I'm like, yo, that looks cool. That looks cool. Anyways, that's interesting. Also, another news, international news. I heard Lady Gaga just got a terror attack in freaking Brazil. I don't know what that's about. And that's what I mean. I feel like every sense of chaos that Lady Gaga brings her, because especially how demonic she is, like, this is just gonna get worse. I think that this is also my theory for what happened with Bruno Mars, why he's being all nate. And I guess it's this sinful hunger that freaking Bruno Mars has because it's from Lady Gaga. Okay? Just plain simple. Some witchcraft magic or something. And I don't know. I see more demonic people than Lady Gaga. But at the same time, whatever she's putting out in her music, that has to be witchcraft. Come on now. And yeah, consequences. Like I said, consequences will happen in any place you go, in anything. There's a thing, karma, but God created karma. So that's just like how it is in this world. Okay, let me just do one thing. Okay, here we go. Anyways, I'm gonna get warmed up for some gaming news. So the GTA trailer 2 just came out. There's a part of me where I want to play it, but there's also a part of me where I'm like, come on. $100, but also very sinful of a game. I was hoping that there will be some message. The thing is that there is no sense of goodwill in the game. It's GTA. It's not a surprise, but at the same time, this is a game that I grew up with. But I'm also curious. I always do this whole thing, the same thing I did with Hasbin, is finding the fate within dark spaces. Could there be a message in GTA? I'm hoping. The same way I'm hoping for Angel Dust to come to heaven, but also inherit Christ, because that's the realistic way. And hopefully, the Holy Spirit would move into Viv, the creator, in light. But we don't know. Okay? All I know is that there's the Bonnie and Clyde situation. There's, what is it, Lucia and Jason. Also, there's people getting freaking copyrighted strike by Rockstar or by the music companies or something like that. So whoever's reacting, be careful. Just do it like what I do. I talk about it. Matter of fact, I don't even make an individual videos for anything. But also, if I wouldn't make one for GTA. I just don't want to deal with Rockstar. I dealt with a big company that struck down my videos. I'm not doing that with any other company out there. I'm good. Anyways. Also, there's this new game studio team, LFG from Bungie. I don't know what that's about. What, they're about to make a new Halo, another extraction shooters and stuff like that. Let's see. Let's hope that they don't freaking run out, because in the gaming space, it's not easy to get a job or make money. Okay, it seems more difficult from what I've seen. Moving on. Shout out to Chevy. She was on the big stage. Never thought that they would happen. And also in China, doing a Star Rail concert type of thing that freaking the creators of Genshin Impact made, Hoyoverse or whatever. Yeah, she's doing that. And yeah, she is pretty much gaining her bag at the same time traveling all the way to China. She's grown. She is grown. Okay, shouts to her. Animation news. I did a review of the King of Kings. And it's basically a story about Jesus in animated form. So definitely check that out. I did a good job, if I do say so myself. And yeah, I did see some trailers here and there. I heard there's a new biblical kind of movie or something. It's called 0 AD or something like that. Or 0 BC, 0 AD. And I'm like, yo, this looks amazing. I can't wait for more information about this in whatever Angel Studios is working on. Oh my gosh. And also, like, I saw like a live action trailer of How to Train Your Dragon. And my gosh, some of you might grew up with this show. I know I didn't. I just know about it, but I remember seeing like the cast for the live action. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? Yeah, this is not my. Then again, it never was. But I was like looking at the trailer, and I'm like, oh boy, oh boy. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. I'll see you when I see you. We'll love you. Peace. God bless.